Welcome to all of you in my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to explain the last part of the chapter, the last lesson. Let's start the video. After the grammar, we had a lesson in writing. That day, M. Hamel had new copies for us, written in a beautiful round hand, Franz Alsace, Franz Alsace. Explanation. Once the grammar lesson got over by M. Hamel, he started his writing lesson, in which he taught the children how to write alphabets. In his last French class, he brought new writing copies for all the students. In these copies, the words Franz and Alsace had already written by M. Hamel in a beautiful handwriting. They looked like little flags floating everywhere in the schoolroom, hung from the rod at the top of our desks. Explanation. These writing copies looked like the flags of France, as the students had patriotic fervor for the country. It also seemed to them that the flags were floating everywhere in the classroom. You ought to have seen how everyone set to work and how quiet it was. The only sound was the scratching of the pens over the paper. Explanation. Students were deeply engaged in their writing lesson. There was extreme silence in the classroom. The only sound which was audible, that was the scratching of the pens over the paper. Once some beetles flew in, but nobody paid any attention to them, not even the littlest ones, who worked right on tracing their fishhooks as if that was French too. On the roof, the pigeons cooed very low, and I thought to myself, will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? Explanation. During their writing lesson, some small insects flew in the class, but not a single student even picked up his head to see the insect. Even the little children, who were easily attracted by the insects, had not paid any attention towards them. It seemed to Franz that the students were catching fishes with their fishing rods, and their whole attention was kept in the fishhook so that the fish could be caught. This kind of change took place as the students became damn serious towards learning their mother tongue. During the writing lesson, Franz also heard the cooing sound of the pigeons on the rooftop, and he imagined how the pigeons would be forced to coo in German. This line had a very deep message for us, that was, our mother tongue comes automatically from our tongue, and it could not be changed by force. Whenever I looked up from my writing, I saw M. Hamel sitting motionless in his chair and gazing first at one thing, then at another, as if he wanted to fix in his mind just how everything looked in that little schoolroom. Explanation. During writing lesson, whenever Franz looked towards M. Hamel, he found him sitting on his chair without any movement and looking intently from one object to another in the classroom to store everything in his mind for the rest of his life. He wanted to take permanent picture of the classroom with his eyes as a memento. It indicated his love towards his profession. He loved his classroom and students too. After this last lesson, he would not be able to take any other classes in the school, so he wanted to fix everything in his memory. Fancy, for 40 years he had been there in the same place with his garden outside the window and his class in front of him. Just like that. Only the desks and benches had been worn smooth, the walnut trees in the garden were taller, and the hop vine that he had planted himself twined about the windows to the roof. How it must have broken his heart to leave it all, poor man, to hear his sister moving about in the room above, packing their trunks, for they must have to leave the country next day. Franz was also upset to think that M. Hamel had been teaching in that school for 40 years and he had to leave everything behind on the next day. M. Hamel had made a beautiful garden in front of the school. The trees inside the garden became taller and the hopvine reached up to the window level. The benches became smooth due to the long use. Everything would remain in the class except M. Hamel. Franz tried to imagine the pain of M. Hamel as he had to leave everything in the next day. M. Hamel had been working in the school for last 40 years. It was a long span of time. M. Hamel, with his own efforts, changed the school environment. He had made a beautiful garden in front of the school. The walnut trees in the garden became tall and the hopvine reached up to the window level. The benches of the classroom became also smooth due to the long time use. Everything would be there in the same place, but the man who had made them all would not be able to there anymore. It would be a heartbreaking moment for M. Hamel as he would have to leave everything that he loved the most. M. Hamel's room was at the top of the classroom. He lived with his sister in that room. Franz heard the movement of M. Hamel's sister as she was packing the things for their departure on the next day. But he had the courage to hear every lesson to the very last. After the writing, we had a lesson in history, and then the babies chanted their ba, bi, bo, boo. Down there at the back of the room, old Hauser had put on his spectacles and, holding his primer in both hands, spelled the letters with them. You could see that he, too, was crying. His voice trembled with emotion, and it was so funny to hear him that we all wanted to laugh and cry. Ah, how well I remember it, that last lesson. Franz thought that M. Hamel was very courageous as he had the strength to continue the class up to the end of it and to listen everything from the students. After the end of writing lesson, M. Hamel taught the students history. Once the history class got over, the children started pronouncing the alphabets. He started teaching them about phonetics. The students are compared to babies as they did not know how to pronounce the French alphabets. Sitting at the back of the classroom, old Hauser was trying to read the basic book of French with the help of his spectacles. Old Hauser, who was sitting at the last bench, over his spectacles and tried to read the basic book of French. He was trying to spell the letters. As he was crying, his voice was trembling during reading. The student had a lot of fun to hear him reading and they also felt like crying to see him cry. Franz remembered the last lesson in a well manner. Franz thought that he would not forget the last lesson up to the end of his life. All at once, the church clock struck 12, then the Angelus. At the same moment, the trumpets of the Prussians returning from the Dill sounded under our windows. M. Hamel stood up, very pale, in his chair. I never saw him look so tall. Explanation. Just then, the clock at the church struck 12 and the prayer song began at the church. At the same moment, the sound of the trumpets played by the Prussian soldiers who were returning from the drill was heard. M. Hamel stood straight and motionless. His face became dull and colorless as the time had come to end the class. Franz said that M. Hamel was looking so tall as Franz had never looked at him properly as he was afraid of him for not doing his homework. Therefore, M. Hamel's height was not measured by Franz. So in the last lesson, M. Hamel looked so tall by Franz. My friends, said he, but something choked him. He could not go on. Then he turned to the blackboard, took a piece of chalk, and, bearing on with all his might, he wrote as large as he could, Bibla France. Then he stopped and leaned his head against the wall, and without a word, he made a gesture to us with his hand. School is dismissed, you may go. M. Hamel wanted to say something to the students, but he was so much overpowered by emotion that he could not be able to say anything to them. His voice was completely suppressed by emotion. Then he took a piece of chalk and wrote the words Vive la France, meant long live France, on the blackboard as large as he could. That indicated his deep love for the French language. Then he stopped writing, bent towards the wall, and without speaking anything, signaled the class to leave as the class was over. That's the end of the chapter. Thanks.